Hey, what's up, guys? It's Josh with Paparazzi Imaging and Films here at BCMX. We're shooting episode 5 of the Vignette podcast, and we got a special guest, Jonny Tompkins. Did I say that correct?
Yeah.
All right, cool beans. This is episode 5 live at BCMX. Let's jump into it. How did we kind of meet here at the track?
Yeah. I think it was, I think sometime last year you were out here filming like Bailey or something like that. And we were coming up, I think you were hooking GoPros up or something. We started chatting. You got a couple of clips and stuff like that. And
Yep.
I think we kind of just worked from there, and now here we are.
So yeah, that's my recollection. But yeah, dude, you rip on a bike.
Yeah.
Straight ripper, you know. When I first saw you out there, I was like, holy crap, I need to talk to this dude.
Yeah,
He's a straight ripper. What's your history in the moto scene? How did you get involved? When did you start? What was your first bike?
Dude, so I was kind of late. When I was younger, my dad came home with a KTM 50 at like 4 years old or something like that. That thing sucked. Like, it would never run good. Like, dude, we were blowing plugs out of it all the time. And,
Yeah.
We kind of worked off of that, and then I ended up with like a PW80.
Okay.
And then he just sold everything, and I started grinding and working. And then when I was like 15, I bought a 98 RM125.
Oh shit.
And then I tried to just like dump that and get the next one. I went to like an 07 Cowie, and then went to a 15 Cowie, and then finally I got a nice like 19 YZ250F.
Yep.
And then from there I started to get a little better too. Like, I got to learn some different things, and like the Cowies, dude, I couldn't keep the Cowies running.
Yeah.
And then the Yamahas were pretty good until 22 last year. I had trouble with those, and now I'm on the Husqvarnas, and I'm liking those a lot.
I'm sure, and it's probably got to be a whole different world too, because you're going from a steel frame to a chromoly frame.
They were, yeah, so now I'm on a steel frame.
Oh, so
Yep,
okay.
Yep. So the Yamahas were aluminum frames. And
Okay.
then these KTMs and Husqvarnas, gases, they have the steel frame on them.
Wow.
So it flexes more. You feel it in the bike, and they feel good. Like, they corner real good. Everything feels good.
You look good. You look good on the bike for sure. Like I said, when I first saw you on the bike, you're just throwing fat scrubs, fat whips.
Yeah.
You had like that Justin Bogle style too, of like, you're throwing your foot off the edge of the bike. When you're throwing a scrub, it was pretty unique.
Yeah.
So you kind of went through basically all the bikes when you were growing up.
Yeah. I got to bounce around between different ones, and I was in high school, so I was working in restaurants and stuff, getting bad paychecks. So I was like trying to find a deal, like what can I buy? And then you'd buy a used bike and it sucked, it wouldn't run and you'd break on you. So finally getting out of high school and being able to get that new bike is like when you can have something that runs.
Yeah.
And you can rely on, and you're like, okay, I'm going to go to the track, and it's going to work out.
Right.
It makes a big difference.
Something that hasn't been ran through over and over again through the years.
Yeah, the thing has 200-something hours on it, The thing's super beat up, you know? So, yeah.
That's sick. So, with motocross, I see a lot of people that, they kind of create their own path, and they come up with different ideas to, I don't know, like I said, pave their way in the sport. Doing snowcross, there's always guys innovating. Same with moto. So you own Crow Clothing, right?
Yeah. Yep.
How did that concept come to mind? And now I see a lot of people wearing it through the pits. Bailey won, right? Bailey.
Yep.
Yourself and a lot of other people. So how did that dream come to?
So when I got hurt, I tore my
have to talk.
I tore my meniscus in the summer of 2020 or spring of 2020.
Okay.
And I just wanted to start something to be still in the motocross industry, but without riding, So I used it a way to still be involved when I couldn't be involved on the bike.
I gotcha.
So I did that, and then it just kind of started working, and I try to do stuff with skateboarding and snowboarding and BMX. Like, I try to turn it into like a lifestyle brand.
Okay. That's sweet. Yeah, I saw the other day that you put, I don't even know, some dude from California that did a dark slide.
Yeah.
That I saw that dude on YouTube a while back because I used to skate as well.
Yeah.
And I was like religiously watching the barracks all the time.
Yeah.
And I think that dude went to the barracks at some point, and then he was on Braille skateboards.
Okay.
I don't know if you know that brand at all.
Yeah.
And I think that's how he got his following.
Was it that clip at the Tampa Am? Is that the one? Yeah.
That one. That was gnarly. Everybody was hyping him up to just get that dark slide down. But that's cool that like you're kind of focusing towards the lifestyle, because I feel like there's not a lot of that.
Yeah. And I have buddies who that's what I have dudes that ride BMX and they skateboard and snowboard, and dudes that dirt bike here, and I wanted to like make something that all the homies can wear. It's like, no matter, because if you're just doing dirt bike stuff, now my buddy who rides a skateboard, he's gonna be like, I don't want that.
Yeah, it doesn't fit.
Yeah, so I like to include everything, and sometimes I'll make a T-shirt that is aimed towards skateboarding or something like that. That would maybe that dude would maybe want it more.
That's sweet. That's sweet. So yeah, you're basically just kind of having a name, and you're fitting all different types of sports, if you will, into the one brand. Yeah. That's awesome. So how did the name come about?
So working,
because that's very unique.
Yeah. So working my construction job, I got long hair and everything. I have my hard hat on, and this dude's like, "Damn, he looks like a scarecrow, man." And so I was like, oh, "Okay." So I took it, and then when I got hurt, I was like thinking back, and then I'm like, I'll just take crow. Like, I'll just take the crow, and I put a twist on it and just put a K instead of a C, and then I just kind of did that. Then I got like the crow crew too, like all the dudes we hang out with.
No shit.
I'll throw them in, as part of the crew,
Yeah.
And so it's kind of cool to kind of use that, like, to just kind of branch off of. Right.
Basically, there's no rooftop to what it could be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
that's
like there's
awesome.
no abbreviations or nothing, it's like that's just what it is, you know. So
yeah, like a lot of clothing brands, they do have that sort of like one niche in their name and in their concept that they brought up. So it's kind of cool that you're incorporating pretty much everything. Yeah. And that crow crew is pretty sick. Yeah. That's very catchy. So now, what do you do with your brand to be different than all the other ones? Well, you specified a little bit that it's more of a lifestyle, but is there anything outside of that you want to, like, what if somebody that is just a normal person that sees it is like, would that fit them too?
It might, because they'll have hobbies, maybe they like a skeleton or something, and I have a skeleton on the shirt or something like that. Yeah. But I mainly wanted to be different in the way of not targeting one audience. Yeah. And that's why I kind of spread it out with everything else. But, there's some older people, they've seen my van and stuff. They're like, that thing's sick. It's got skulls and stuff on it. And, it's cool to see like your normal dude. And he's like, that's super cool too. So right. I like that. Yeah, for sure. And speaking of the van, you see mine here. The van life is just different. Yeah. I passed you. I was going to do a shoot somewhere in Elk River, I think it was, and I saw your van, and I looked in my rear view, and I saw the crow in the back, and I'm like, yo, dude, no way. Yeah. and I messaged you right away, but I don't think you were paying attention. Yeah. Because you would have definitely seen my van. Yeah, but I'm bad at sitting on my phone sometimes when I'm cruising down the road. I'm guilty of that. But
I think everybody is. Yeah. It's part of it, but that's super sick. Van life. If you guys aren't on the van life, you got to do it.
You got to switch.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
For sure. So who else do you have on the crew? You got crewing yourself. You got What's his
Grayson.
name? Yeah, you got Grayson.
Barrett. Then I try to have like my buddy Brody Kahn. He's a BMX ripper. He's super good. A couple of my skateboard buddies, call him G Martini. Shout out to him. He rips on a skateboard.
Hell yeah.
And then Team Solo.
Okay.
Team Solo. We've supported each other back and forth. Pro Kart Indoors.
Yeah.
Scott Ophoven. I like to branch with other people too. I like to, if you got a company and we got a company, like me and Grayson will just swap merch and stuff like that. And
yeah, so you guys have the same style, it seems like.
Yeah, we both like the same stuff, and it's easy to we want to do some collab stuff, so we'll work on that too. And it'll be cool because we can take one idea and each put an edge on it and then slap it into one thing, and it'll be sick to make a t-shirt or a hoodie or something out of it.
Hell yeah. And you guys got not that same look either as everybody else where it's bold. You kind of do that outline sketch look.
Yeah.
Which is really, really sick.
Yeah, like the illustrative.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that stands out more than, let's say, that's something that has a lot of color in it. You know what I mean? To me, at least. I don't know for you, because I haven't really seen much color besides just the material side of it. So are you going to kind of branch off and do more color, or are you going to keep to black and white?
Yeah, so I did that. Last hoodie I did was the permanent vacation one, and I put a skeleton dude stuck in a mason jar, and he was on a beach with a surfboard and stuff. And that one I blasted with color. There was sun and the water and the sand and trees, and that was an 8-color sweatshirt.
No shit.
So there was more in that one, but some of the stuff, it looks better just with one color.
Yeah.
Or I did some beanies and it was some blue and yellow and stuff. And it all depends on my dude Aaron Kibben. He draws everything for me.
Okay.
And he's super good at it. So I'll pitch him with an idea and he throws it down. And then he'll hook me up and just throw a bunch of color into it and be like, here's this option. I'll be like, oh shit, dude,
right.
It's a little overwhelming a little bit. But,
yeah, how do you pick one thing over the other?
Yeah, and then I'm sitting there ready to print. And I'm like, shit, do I want to do black and white or do I want to do all this color? So it makes it tricky sometimes, but
I'm sure. Yeah, I was just gonna ask who does your designs.
Yeah, that's his name's Aaron Kibben. He's out of Minneapolis. I met him through a dude I worked with.
Okay.
They were buddies, and he's like, dude, I know this guy. He's super good at drawing. And I'm like, okay. So I hit him up on Facebook one day, and I was like, here's my idea. And he threw it down. He knocked it out of the park first try. I'm like, no way, dude, this is sick. So
let's work together.
Yeah. So I just hit him up. Any idea? I got some stuff I'm working on now. I'm going to do some new windbreakers and t-shirts and stuff.
Okay.
So I'm going to have that coming in the future, but he does all my stuff now, so.
No shit.
Yeah.
No shit. Does he do the embroidery and the screen printing, or?
No, so I get that printed locally in Becker, Minnesota.
Okay.
But then he just does all the illustrative stuff, all the drawing,
He's
designing.
just an art master.
Yep.
Okay.
He just throws it down and gets it to me, and then I just send it to them, and
that's dope.
I just got to come up with the ideas, and as soon as I pitch it to him, he knocks it out of the park every time.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That makes it so much easier for you, because with having a guy like that, you don't have to go back and forth.
Yeah.
On design work or whatever the case may be. Holy crap, it is really pouring out here.
It's dumping out here now.
Yeah, it is really dumping. I guess this was a bad time to do a podcast, but, it is what it is.
At least we're staying dry.
Yeah.
Cameras are dry for the most part.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Meeting you last year and then coming to the track, every other weekend or whenever there's a race weekend and during practice, do you just ride for fun, or do you race yourself, or did you race before and kind of get tired of trying to chase a title or whatever? How did that?
So I've always raced and rode. I was battling injuries for the longest time. I had my meniscus in 2020, and then I blew both my ankles apart in 21. Ooh. And then I was good last year, stayed healthy. Me and Bailey went down to south of the border, trained all winter, and then came back, and I went to a Pro-Am at Riverside and me and a dude got tangled up, and now I broke my ankle again. So
Oh no.
another surgery last Friday. So it's just like it just keeps coming. Hopefully things come in threes, and that's it for the surgeries. But yeah, I try to I want to race, as much as you can race. It's like
you're not getting any younger.
Yeah, you got to get the gate drops in, and you could ride all you want and be the fastest dude on practice day, but then the gate drops and you might be screwed. So getting those gate drops in is huge. For sure.
No, yeah, like you said, no matter how much practice, gate drops are definitely important, and the race pace is way different.
Yeah.
Like any moto guy out there will say race pace is way different than practice. Even if you do sprints with other dudes on the track, it's different.
Yeah, and the intensity, dude. The intensity is so high. It's like those first couple laps, it drops, and it's like your heart rate is through the roof,
right.
And the race pace it's extreme. So.
Yeah, especially on a track like this where it's kind of more sandy and not forgiving.
Yeah, the whole time. I mean, you get maybe a couple seconds to breathe every lap. It's like the sand beats you up. It's heavy.
Yeah, I'm originally from the East Coast, and I would go to Southwick all the time and shoot there and hang out with my buddies, and that track just is so gnarly.
Yeah,
that is one of the gnarliest tracks besides like maybe one of the GPs, but still Southwick is hard.
Yeah, and you watch like the motos of that stuff, and it's like, dude, how do you push that hard for 30 minutes? You know, it's like some of those dudes are in the most insane shape you could ever be, and it's like insane.
And they pull it together.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, I don't know how somebody trains for that. Even riding in sand, I wouldn't imagine it would be the same.
Yeah.
Straight sand. But yeah, it's gnarly. Either way, moto is gnarly. Anything is gnarly.
Yeah.
Supercross, snowcross. So, do you ride here pretty much? Well, you said you're injured, but for the most part, is this like kind of your home base to ride, or do you kind of go outside the bounds a little bit? You said south of the border, but yeah. Do you go any other tracks?
Yeah, I try to hit like the Millvilles and the Moras and stuff like that. I started sponsoring Burn Benders Raceway now too this year.
Oh, no kidding.
So I got them, and then BCMX here too. I sponsor both super good tracks. But it's like this is so close to home too. It's half hour away, and you get one of the best sand tracks you could ever get. So
right.
And everybody here is the coolest. So it's nice to come out here and get to experience that and ride. Like Frank kills it too every time the track is prepped like so good. It's so to get that is like it's a blessing, dude. 30 minutes away from like a super sick track it's awesome.
For sure. Yeah, I know a couple people that I work with, they have to drive an hour and a half if if they're further away, closer to the cities, but that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
So you're from Elk River area, Zimmerman?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I went to Elk River, or I grew up in Elk River. Went to Big Lake schools though, so it's like we're like right on that border, you know. So yeah, it was cool. We'd like hang out at the Big Lake skate park all the time, and that's when I used to skateboard a bunch. And now like they have that Elk River Plaza now too.
Yeah, I saw that.
So like me and my buddy Brody go there. He throws down. He can rip like the bowl and stuff like that too.
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope. I always looked up to those guys that can rip a bowl.
Yeah, dude, it's sick. Like
it's
carving
so hard,
it and shit. Like he's sick, dude. He can manual. Like we'll go down like a huge hill, and he's like manualing, and I'm like, dude, how do you not crash? Like.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's some good balance.
Yeah.
He's probably been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, he was like, dude, he raced, and he was a ripper. Like, he was on, I think it was like Full Tilt. That's what the team was. And he was a really good, like, he was fast. He was a ripper, so.
That's dope. That's dope. So, when do you get back on the track? When's wearing the boot? Because I see you walking around here with a boot on.
Yeah.
Not the traditional boot, like a moto boot, but. So when are you cleared to ride?
So this Thursday the boot should be coming off. Actually, it was
wow, that soon after surgery?
Yeah, dude, I was walking the day of surgery. Like I walked out of the doctor's office. Like
that's a shocker because usually like if you break your femur, it's you should be walking.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So hopefully out of the boot Thursday, and then just probably get in the gym, try to strengthen it up.
You got to do PT?
I'm sure I will, yeah. And get the muscle back in it, get it built up, and then hopefully within another 3-4 weeks, I'll be back out.
That's dope. I can't wait to see you out here.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
The last, what was it? It was definitely last year. Oh, I don't even know. Some July maybe was the last time that we were here at the
Probably.
track. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ripping with the crew, throwing fatties.
Yeah.
And then you went down in one of the corners.
Yeah.
I remember that. I don't know what exactly happened. You might have knifed the front end, but yeah, either way, I can't wait to see you on the track.
Yeah, I'm pumped to be back, dude. It always sucks getting hurt. Like especially when we went down south, like I was in good shape, riding every day and training, and then come back and it's like boom, hurt again. Right. And it's like, shit, dude, it just never ends. It's hard to catch a break, but it's still sick to come here and like watch all the dudes throw down.
For sure.
And like Bailey was ripping today.
Oh,
Grayson
absolutely.
was shredding. Everybody was looking sick. So
freaking Ryder is on another level.
Yeah, dude, Ryder. Yeah.
I saw him and Bailey ripping it together doing motos.
Yeah.
And it's just like they were just pushing each other.
Yeah, and Loberg too, dude. Loberg this year was
like
he's looking super sick. Oh shit, I almost knocked that over. Loberg's looking super sick. Like he was shredding today.
For sure. Everybody's shredding.
Yeah.
Everybody's shredding.
This year's the year, dude. A class is gonna be popping off.
Dude.
It's gonna be sick. Nick Jackson's back this year.
Yeah.
With Black Diamond MX. He was ripping today too. It'll be sick.
Yeah, a lot of fast dudes. So is everybody racing tomorrow? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I think that's the plan. Yeah, I think Bailey's doing 250 and open, and Grayson's probably doing the same. I'm assuming, and then Nick Jackson will probably just be like an open and maybe like a 25 plus or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I think everybody will be here ripping.
Dope. So, is there anything else you want to kind of add?
Not really, man.
No, you're all good.
I think so.
All good. All right, cool. Well, we kind of went through the list of questions that I had for you, but. Where can everybody find your merch?
I got a website, crowclothingco.com. Otherwise, on Instagram.
With a K, not a C.
Yeah, with a K. Same with the Instagram. It's crow.clothingco. And then also on Facebook, Crow Clothing Co.
Cool.
And then anytime you're at BCMX or any other track, I might be there. Look for the van. Can't miss it. It's wrapped up. Got big wheels on it. Looking sick. So look for it. Pop over. I'll have something for you.
Sweet deal. So this is episode 5, the Vignette podcast. Make sure to check him out. Check his clothing brand out. And I appreciate you being on the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah,
sick.
it was a shocker that you actually said that you wanted to be on here.
Yeah.
I don't really get a lot of moto people wanting to be on the podcast, but it's super sick.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah. I'm down to talk about it tomorrow. I'm going to go up to the announcer tower. I guess the dude from Ride Minnesota is going to be doing some interviews and stuff, so I'm going to go chill with him and talk some shit. And then
dope.
It'll be cool. I like getting out there, It's cool to talk and
for sure.
It'll be sick.
A little bit more personality.
Yeah.
That's dope. All right, like I said, this is episode 5. If you like this one, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Peace.